All right, welcome back to the Journey Mindset. Today I'm going to be talking about that first aspect of the four aspects of prepping for retirement. And I want to talk to you today, or at this moment, is about the aspect of work. Work is another one of those areas where you have to keep a journey mindset. Some of you may have gotten into a job that you really love, that just you find a lot of fulfillment in. In fact, if you have that job and you're getting close to retirement, you may not want to be retiring, but you may have one of those jobs, and that's a great thing. If you can land a job or type of work that you really love, you just can't get enough of, and then you're earning an income on top of that, oh man, that's even better. But very few people actually get those kind of jobs. At best, they get a job. You know, some of you probably have a job that it seems like you're just kind of grinning and bearing it. You go to work every day, and for you it's maybe a challenge just to get through the day. And I can understand that. I've had jobs that I enjoyed the people I work with, so forth, but and one job that I had that I did like. I love certain aspects of it, certain other aspects I didn't really care about, or I cared about it, but just wasn't very good at. And so that made the job a little harder. But I've done a lot of work. I've pastored 3 churches in the midst of doing that, because they weren't large churches, struggling churches. They, the pay wasn't real great. So, that's where part of how we learn to live within our means, and also to find joy in the simple things in life. But back to the work. So I did jobs like I worked at an Army Depot. I worked retail. I was a ice cream merchandiser for Dryer's Ice Cream, Edie's for those of you east of the Rockies. And oh man, like I said, I've worked grocery, drugstore, retail, bowling alley mechanic, pin setter mechanic. There's a few others too that I've done. And again, you do it because you have to do it. I mean, it just makes sense, right? You gotta live, you gotta pay your rent or your mortgage or whatnot. You gotta pay your responsibilities, take care of your responsibilities. And so that's what we do. And so that's where probably most of us are at. We just got the jobs that are bringing in the income that we need, but not necessarily jobs that we find great fulfillment in. And that's kind of rough. And handling the journey, especially if you're toward the beginning or the middle part of the journey, you start getting toward the end. There's a little bit of light at the end of the tunnel, so to speak. But so it's kind of hard. And then retirement seems so far off. When I was talking to the guys at work, guys and gals, let's see. Trying to think of where I'm at here along this trail. Yeah, when I was talking to them, it was, you could see it in their eyes. Oh man, I wish I was there. But it's hard. Okay, so work. And you have to work. The problem is, too many people kind of fritter away their time, especially when they're younger. You could buy yourself some time by going to college, maybe, or even into a trade school, but even those decisions are kind of hard because you're wondering what are you going to major in. Maybe you put off going to college or trade school because you want to make the right choice. You don't want to get into a profession that you really don't enjoy. So how do you handle that? And then what happens is you become paralyzed. You're afraid to commit to any kind of direction. But I would encourage you to move in some direction, especially general direction. When you're younger, you can be more generalized. It's cold. Jaw's not working. You could be more generalized in your path because, for instance, you can get a major in business, or just maybe you're in retail and you go into management. Well, you may hesitate to do that because you don't want to be stuck in management all your life. The good thing is you're not going to be stuck. A lot of times you can make lateral moves. Just that experience in management can carry over into other forms of work. So don't allow yourself to become stagnant or immovable out of fear, especially fear of getting stuck, because everything that you do contributes toward your experiences. And experiences you can put on your resume, skills that you learned. And that's one of the things I want to encourage you is to keep a file. Everything that you learn, every certificate you get, and training that you've gone through, because it all matters, especially early on. This area really looks nice in the spring and fall and all that. It's winter, so whatever, we deal with it, right? All that to say is that you're going to go through different twists and turns throughout your journey, your life's journey, and you have to have a mindset, an end goal mindset. What are you living for? And live for something solid, something it's a firm foundation, something that's good. And if you live it for people fail you, you're going to fail people. And so you can't necessarily live it for people except to live to better people's lives. If you could do that, no matter how they respond to you or whatnot, then that's a good thing. That's something to live for there. But you have to have that in order to keep that journey mindset. You have to have that end goal in mind. And in this case, of course, retirement. So like I said, earlier on, you have a lot of room to which you can move. I'm going to go look over here, see what's over here. You have a lot of room to move around. You have a lot of time to make adjustments, and it's kind of like a pyramid. I look at doing your life goals as a pyramid. At the base of the pyramid is very broad. So you have, when you're in your 20s, you have a lot of room to kind of move from side to side. As you get older, that starts to narrow a little bit. And that's why it's good to get your experience and your knowledge when you're young, so you can build on that. And when you're younger, you don't really know what you're going to be doing, but that's okay, because you have that room to move about, to make some changes, to shift from, you know, one career kind of projection to another and so forth. And eventually, as you make your way up that pyramid and you start getting a little older, and you know, those opportunities start to narrow, but you're also narrowing, you're finding out more about your skills, about your desires, the type of work you like to do. And so, you know, you start narrowing that down, and that helps. But again, you have to start somewhere, and you have to get going. So don't stay stagnant with that fear of, I'm not sure what I'm going to do. And if you're older and you're not quite sure, you know, what to do, get out there and just get a job, and, you know, try to be an encouragement to people. You know, make somebody else's day good. That really helps in the journey. And so so go to work, because eventually you're going to get to this point in your life. It will come, you know, barring early death and that sort of thing. But this retirement time will eventually get here. And if you have not prepared properly, you may have a rude surprise waiting for you. But if you have prepared, then you're going to be a lot more confident. It's going to be a lot better surprise for you. Or it's like us, and again, you don't have to have a lot of money. I was just really surprised at how small our portfolio is, but you know, it's going to be big enough to get us through. So not just to get us through, but to help us to be able to enjoy life. So anyway, so work. And I would appreciate it if you would put in the comments below, some of you especially that have been around for a little bit, put in some comments to suggestions for both younger people and older people when it comes to work and some of the challenges of finding work later in life, navigating that career path and so forth, and finding and finding a job that you enjoy, or at least can bear with decently until retirement and so forth. But look, you chime in, okay? All right, thanks for watching, and enjoy the journey.